Do we need a moderator?
Don't think so. I'm moderated up already. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to a live stream, because I don't have a video for this week. But next week, we will return to our regular schedule.
Yes, chef!
Today, I thought it would be a good idea to cook some dinner while I do this live stream to keep it kind of interesting. It will be a bit challenging trying to cook and talk at the same time. Do you want to angle that down slightly so they can maybe try and see the cutting board? They might not be able to, but we'll see if maybe a little bit more. Just because I'm cooking here, I'm not going to be able to see what I'm doing.
Well, it's not. There's no wide angle, is there? So
yeah, that's
about as good as we're going to get.
Yeah, or move it backwards. Yeah. Sorry, I'm new at this.
Top chat, live chat. I don't know how to pin the top chat. Nope, cannot. Okay, sorry.
Okay, so today I'm gonna make mashed potatoes, roast broccoli, and a chicken Wellington.
How long is it going to take before I get my fucking food? That's all I care about.
If I had to guess, 30 minutes.
30 minutes? You're going to roast something?
Maybe longer, I don't know.
I reckon. Comment down below how long do you think it's going to take from now is, what's the time now? It is 6:15. Am I going to be eating before 7 o'clock?
Guess we'll find out. So I've also got a bunch of questions that I asked you guys on Instagram to answer while we cook, because I now have my APRC, which is my permanent residency here in Taiwan, and I thought maybe it'd be interesting for people to ask questions that they might have.
I'm question master.
All right.
You just cook.
Okay.
And then I'll put the questions to you in my perfect interviewer style.
All right, that makes sense. Go ahead.
Do you just want to get straight into it?
Can do.
And do we read out the commenter's name?
Sure.
We did discuss this in the pre-production meeting before the live stream, right? I've just forgotten.
Yeah, you know how we plan these months in advance.
Okay, here we go. Question number 1. Hello, Tasha.
Mm-hmm.
How's your knees lately? I would love to know what that means. Have you got problems with your knees?
I have no idea what that means. I saw that question. Tasha's our good friend in Taipei, and I don't know if I talked to her about my knees hurting or something. I injured my ankle.
Was it you? No, I was going to make a dirty joke, but let's leave that till after the watershed.
My knees are fine, I guess. I don't know.
Did you not mention, like, when you go running, you have problems with your knees?
I think, like, when you start running, like after you stop, like you know, I used to run all the time, and then when you get back into it, all your joints start to hurt. They're not used to all the impacts and all that. I don't know. That's your major in school, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Well, it's the meniscus.
The meniscus.
Meniscus is like the cartilage between your shin bone, which is your tibia, and your femur. They're covered in like a layer of. You'll see it on like a big beef bone or something. Like it's like the white outer cartilage up between around the knuckle of the bone, kind of thing. Okay. That's called meniscus. And like if you chip that, then it's like a soft rubbery covering of the bone. It stops the bones grinding against each other. So if you chip your meniscus, then the bone goes onto bone, and it's incredibly painful.
Well, so far my knees are fine, I guess.
But I also think it's one thing to point out is that you say something in a video and you forget that you've said this thing in a video before.
Yeah.
So you've probably in a video once you've said like, oh, my knees are hurting recently, or my knees have got some problem. And then you forget that you've said it, and then someone actually takes it like to their memory or commits it to memory that you're like, you've got bad knees.
Right. I'm drying these chicken breasts because you want to get the chicken juices off, otherwise it won't fry properly.
Oh, okay.
Also, if you want to peel some potatoes.
Also, how is your niece recently?
She's great.
Just because it sounds homophonic. Homophonic, not
homophobic like me.
I'm going to read out some of the chat firstly, quickly. Say who's in the chat. We've got Kai H is here with a beautiful emoji. Slung Patty Tai. That's not Patty we know. Oh shoot, it's the boys, says Luke. Boys with a B-O-I, which means that he's cool. But he apostrophized it, so he's actually not that grammatically cool. And Dion, super chat.
That's the other thing I was going to say. If you missed the Instagram story that I put out where you can ask me questions, and you have any burning questions you just have to have answered, feel free to super chat them.
Yeah. Need to pay. This boy needs money to pay for his bills. He's going full time soon, so we need all the money we can get.
Yeah.
And Dion, what was the super chat actually say? Oh, you didn't cook for him. You didn't cook for Dion. Dion flew all the way here from Timbuktu, and you didn't cook for Dion.
Well, I figured if you're gonna come all the way out here, it's because you want to try local food, not my garbage.
Well, next time, Dion. Kai H says, I want to see a prosy dance. Super chats get a prosy dance. What would the prosy dance look like? Oh, really?
There's my super chat dance for you. If you know me well, you know that I fucking hate dancing.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say a prosy dance would be like me right now standing against the corner in the club going...
Which is what I do.
That's a prosy dance. Wei Hung Liu. It says something Wan or An. The Bourdain Show. That's a good comment, like a question mark. The Bourdain Show, question mark? Would that be your dream kind of...
I think if I had, like...
Anthony Bourdain, we're referring to here, is a famous food presenter. International Asian... Was it Asian foodie?
Everybody knows who Anthony Bourdain is, don't they?
I don't think so.
I think if I had, like, a production team and a camera crew and, like, all those things that Anthony Bourdain had, then yeah, that'd be great. But for me to, like, do that all on my own would be so difficult.
Yeah, that's very true.
You know?
But it's kind of like a recognized format that we kind of aspire to when you're filming a food video. You have in your mind what you think it could look like filming the chef cooking, filming the waitress bring it to you, like have a local introduce it to you. That's like, I know he makes it look easy, but it's obviously well produced.
Right.
But when we're doing food videos, that's like the format we're trying to sort of follow. Wes Davies.
Hey, Wes.
Sup, boys? Keeping me company while I edit.
Nice.
Congratulations to Wes. His previous video was very interesting. Very.
With Logan?
No. He's put 2 out in the past week.
Oh wow, he's really on the ball.
He's got a girlfriend. He's in love. He's gonna have babies. And that's not me. That's not me gossiping. He was on his video. He was talking to Logan, saying that he was he was thinking of having babies. Aloha Wave. We'll give them a refund on their super chat because we're not reading that out.
No, I can't talk about she who shall not be named.
It's not worth $2.
I get sued again.
Yeah, but thanks for your super chat, Aloha Wave.
Yeah, here's a dance.
That's a $2 dance. And Glory just messaged on Instagram. I got you a little something from my trip. I'll bring it to you next time I see you.
Well, it'll be at work tomorrow, won't it?
Is she back tomorrow?
Probably not.
But I think it's for me, not for you.
Oh, okay.
And it's a private Instagram message that she probably didn't want me reading out.
Oh, that she sent you, right? Because
Yeah.
you've got your phone. That makes more sense.
Mix3 Rai is sitting on the train from Tainan to Hsinchu now.
Why the fuck are you going to Hsinchu?
Hsinchu is a lovely place. My son lived in Hsinchu for 3 years.
Yeah.
I think Josh Smithsonian. We very seldom ask for super chats directly, but if you want to know the answer to that question, I think if you super chat, he'll answer it. There's a straightforward answer, but we don't talk about it on live streams unless you pay us to talk about it.
Yeah.
And Josh Smithsonian again said he's just found your channel. You're late to the party, bro. This party has been going for 6 years.
Well, welcome. There's zero cooking that happens on it.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing right now.
I know you asked me to peel those potatoes.
It's fine. I'm on it.
ignored you. I'm doing the.
You're my producer.
I'm your sous chef.
Yeah, sure.
By I mean like SUE, sous chef, because you've been sued so many times. Have you talked to Lawai86 recently?
Yeah, we talk every other day. He's doing very, very well for himself.
Yeah.
Over in the States.
What's his advice to you regarding going full time? Have you told him your apprehensions or your?
No, I haven't, but I probably should. We usually just talk about like, day-to-day stuff. Day-to-day stuff, like how's the family, how are they doing? We're in a group chat with our buddy Beard, and Beard's still living in China, and he's, I think, about to have another kid, so we talk a lot about life and stuff like that. But
Dear Prozzy, how
Yeah.
can I buy the T-shirt?
yeah, so Glory got me this for my birthday, and I love it. I didn't think anyone would actually want to buy it since it has cockroaches on it, and I think that people don't really want to walk around with shirts with cockroaches on it. So I think if I adjusted it, maybe people would buy it. I don't know, because I'd like, if I ever did merch, I'd like to have a shirt. Well, most people have multiple shirts, don't they? Of something that people would actually like want to wear, and I just don't know, particularly for my English audience, would they want to walk around with a shirt that just says Prozzy
Oh, that would
written
that
on
would
the
be
back, you know what I mean? Because in the UK, Prozzy means lady of the night.
sex worker.
Sex worker.
We got another super chat
hmm
from Wes Davies.
Hey!
Wes, don't send us any money, bro. Keep it for yourself. We're really worried about you.
Yeah, that kid's gonna be expensive, bro.
Yeah, that baby's gonna need diapers and what else do babies need?
Food.
Yeah, food. Dad of the year over here. But thanks, Wes. That's very sweet. That'll buy us.
Did he say anything, ask anything, or just send a super chat?
Oh, he'll buy potatoes for us. Congrats, Prozzy, on your APRC.
Thank
When
you.
can Evelyn and I come to Taichung?
You and Evelyn, my good friends that I know.
Oh yeah, because you know how good Prozzy is with new people and interacting with.
I mean, you can come to Taichung whenever the hell you want.
Are you uninviting his girlfriend? That's insane. You can't do that.
Oh, I just don't know who that is.
That's his girlfriend.
Yeah,
You
but who
don't
is
follow
that?
his channel.
Oh, is that Wes saying that?
Yes.
Oh, shit. Yeah, man. I feel like he never comes.
Yeah,
You know?
That's
to
what she-
Taichung.
that's what she said.
To ask Evelyn about that.
Yeah. APRC here, living in Taiwan for 12 years now. Yosh Kyo, nice. And so this would be an Uncle Prozzy. Is this an Uncle Prozzy cooking show?
I guess.
This is the kind of thing that you should be doing on a weekly basis when you're full time.
Doing like live stream cooking.
At least like once a week, like because you've got more time on your hands. You can take an hour out of your week to.
Yeah, I think if it's something that people
Cook a
want to
dish.
watch, then for sure.
Which brings me on to the next question. Is from Winnie. Yeah, says what are you making for anyone who's just tuned in? What's the dish?
I'm making sort of like a chicken Wellington with mashed potatoes and roast broccoli. Something fairly simple.
Ah, you're actually making the chicken Wellington.
What the fuck did you think I was gonna do?
I thought you like bought like a pre-packed like
No,
a
it's
ready.
not complicated. It's just like a simple thing. I don't know if it'll turn out well, but I'm hoping it does.
Oh, they're having a nice chat. Someone's told them in the chat. Chicken Wellington supposedly. Lol. Lucas in Taiwan is in the chat.
Nice. Always
Sup
good
guys?
news.
Congrats to your viral video, Alan. I feel it's disappointing that that's a viral video. I shouldn't have a viral video that's got 300,000 views. I should have a normal video with 300,000 views.
Like that should like Lucas. He's been absolutely murdering it on YouTube lately.
Yeah, that's true. But it's yeah, I'm very happy with it. Thanks, Lucas.
Yeah, sorry, just give my-
Dion. So I should now go and ask Glory what she got for Alan. Yeah, feel free. Maybe it's it's gonna be something. What are you smelling?
Cockroach shit. I'm joking.
I can imagine Glory has got me something semi-useful, semi
Sexual.
yeah, sexual or a comedy gift.
Mm-hmm. Just gonna I've got puff pastry here, which is very difficult to get in Taiwan, but you can get it at the food supply store or whatever. I'm not really sure what it's called.
Oh, okay.
I'm just scoring the top of it, but I want to do this now before it gets too soft. Otherwise, I'll cut straight through it. And that one's already been cut through. That's
Oh,
fine.
okay. I'm very interested for this food now. Let's go back to the chats from Instagram yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
When do you come back to Canada? This is from Camera Freak. When do you come back to Canada? Would you try to visit China? Is that safe? 2 questions in one. When do you come back to Canada? Any plan?
No. It's ridiculously expensive to go home. I was thinking of maybe flying my mom to Taiwan because she's hilarious and she's never been. And I'd like to do it when the weather gets a little bit cooler because when you're not used to the heat in Taiwan, it's really, really brutal.
Yeah.
So maybe when it gets a bit cooler, I will fly her down, make videos with her.
That's the way to do it. That's what Michael Jackson did. what's his name? The Taiwanese life guy, the guy that we went to the Ginger Duck with.
Oh right, yeah, with his dad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just such an easy formula. Just let your mum and dad see Taiwan, or introduce them to different things that people have seen before, but they get to see it through the eyes of a different person.
Right.
And would you visit China? Is China safe?
No. There's a reason I left.
Do you ever get bored of talking about China?
No, like I still like China, and I'm still, interested in that side of the world. It's just that with the way that I came up and like the job that I have as a YouTuber, it's just not the safest. That's way too much cream cheese, but whatever. The job that I have, it's just not, I don't think it's particularly all that safe. I mean, my buddies Winston and Simo did a...
Could you not fry those?
Potato skins.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah.
Never heard of that, but I guess I could.
Yeah.
They did a documentary conquering northern China, and they were followed by the police the entire time. And they basically showed Seymour and Winston all of the information that they had on us, like stuff that's just so invasive. And they were like, because when they went, it was around the time when China retook Inner Mongolia. So it's a rather sensitive time for China. And they didn't know why they were there. They were just filming a documentary with a local, it was basically just free tourism marketing yeah. for Inner Mongolia and that whole area of China. And they had a bunch of stuff on me, and so as soon as they were done filming, we all left. So I wouldn't go back. This salt box is something that Greg and Kat, my Patreons, got me a few years back.
You call it a salt box, it's a dolly, a salt dolly.
Well, I probably shouldn't be getting salt either, but I love it. I use it all the time.
I'm just joking about being a salt dolly. I have no idea what it's called. Caddy, a salt caddy or something. Yep.
Spice cabinet.
Somebody has in the chat, one of the reasons I stopped working in China was because every year I wasn't investing in my retirement, as in I wouldn't get a check from the government when I retire. Oh, someone asked that before about your APRC.
Yeah, my dad was talking to me about that, like retiring, and he's like, you got to think about like maybe moving back to Canada and adding into a CPP, a Canadian pension plan, and I'm like, fucking hell, Dad, you're making me feel old. But that is one of the things about living abroad that is kind of a downside, is like the security for the future isn't secure.
Is non-existent.
Yeah, like I don't have anything in a pension, do you?
No, my plan.
You should die before you're 60 or whatever.
Marry a rich Taiwanese bird. Just charm the shit out of some like middle-aged auntie and
I've got a fan running beside us, and it's blowing the garlic powder everywhere I don't want it to
go. Is this Prozzy's new house?
No, I've lived here for a year.
More, yeah. You just renewed your contract, right?
Well, it's a 2-year contract. Yeah. So.
It's on Zhongshan Road.
Yeah.
Number 130, floor 22.
Yeah.
Apartment 69.
There it is. This is I'm adding a cream cheese thing that I'm gonna add to the chicken, which I'll encase in puff pastry, and this is weed.
Oh, okay. It does look very.
It does look like weed.
Although weed, I don't know what weed looks like.
Right.
I actually don't know what weed looks like. Someone could sell me like oregano, and I would buy it as.
No,
weed.
This is a classic British spice, sage. You smell that?
Oh yeah,
it smell like England.
The smell, yeah, it smells good. Sage and onion.
Sage. It's really difficult to get in Taiwan. I just happen to have like fucking metric shit ton of it because Glory helped me get this actually.
A question from K-Pop Lab Pro. Is a foreigner without status able to buy a house or land in Taiwan?
Like as in no ARC?
Without status? What does that mean? Yeah, if you've got no status, then you're illegal here. Like.
Well, my buddy Marco up in Taipei bought a house. And he's got his APRC, but I still think he needed like a co-signer. I could be wrong on that. I'm not sure because I don't have nearly enough money to buy a house. But good question. I think there's probably quite a lot of protection in place for Taiwanese people.
But I mean, what's the worst that can happen? If you buy a house from the bank and then you leave or something, and they're just going to take it back anyway?
Yeah, I don't know. I know like if you're Chinese, I think there's a lot of...
different paperwork to go through.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy looks like he looks fun. TKYOSAM. Do you know that guy? Dads?
My boy.
Dads, is that you? Hey, son.
I miss that guy.
I love his. Like when I feel a little bit down, he He usually does his live streams like early in the morning.
Yeah.
Well, like 11 or 12 o'clock when I'm working.
Mm-hmm.
It gives me like a 10-minute, 15-minute break where I can go and get some like comedy gold, where he's like promotes my channel to his subscribers, tells them how. What's the word that we can use? Prolifically. Well endowed I am. Yeah.
He's
never met the guy, but he's a legend.
He's a riot. I met him in Tokyo years ago, and we had a blast together. He's so funny. He's someone who truly doesn't give
monkeys.
Yeah, he doesn't care. When I met him the first time we were supposed to meet, I want to say it was at Shinjuku Station. I could be wrong, but it was like one of the busiest stations in all of Tokyo. And I was messaging him like, "Hey, I'm here. Where are you?" And the message goes red, like, as in he read it. And then I just hear amongst the crowds and crowds of people, "Prozzy! Prozzy!" And he's just screaming my name as loud as he can. And the fucking crowd parts.
Yeah.
They just make a circle around him. And he's like a rather large American dude on his knees, just screaming at the heavens. I was like, dude. It was fucking hilarious.
That's funny. So that's Tokyo Sam, by the way, in case anyone didn't
he should
mention
have a
him.
lot more subscribers than he does.
Yeah. If anyone wants some insights into foreign life in Japan,
Yeah.
definitely go check out Tokyo Sam. These guys are the hottest. Oh, that's Tokyo Sam. These guys are the hottest dads. And then other people in the chat are talking about investments and future pensions and stuff. So we'll come back to that later. What's your favorite food, Prozzy?
Like cuisine, I really like Mexican. I really like Korean. I really like Chinese.
But what's your favorite?
Fuck, I don't know.
What's
my
your death row meal?
Probably dongpo ro or hongxiao ro.
Oh my god.
With pork belly.
Really?
Love it.
You're about to get a gun in the back of the head and you'd have a fucking just a piece of fatty pork
Maybe.
belly.
That or shawarma from my hometown in Ottawa. Ottawa has the best shawarma in the world. Really love shawarma.
I'd have my mum's spaghetti bolognese.
Yeah. I'd have your mum too.
The AIC. What are you doing now for fun now that you're not drinking? Anything new? Just banging loads of birds.
Nothing new.
Oh no, something new. Sorry, nothing new. That's what you've always been doing.
Yeah, it's men now. No, nothing new. I think, like, so I stopped drinking. I haven't like said this, I think, in any videos really, but I stopped drinking 6 or 7 months ago, and I think the idea is just the ability to enjoy life in sort of its purest form. Now the option to try something new is there. What?
I was like,
I can't tell how much of this is going on. These
no, I was puking up at the point of what you're saying.
No, I
Enjoy
know.
life
I'm
in
just
its
saying,
purest
like,
form.
I can't tell if I'm absolutely drowning this in garlic powder, but whatever.
That's alright. Can't have too much garlic.
Yeah.
But you can definitely be a small spoon tonight if you eat too much garlic.
So like, the fuck was I saying? Yeah, so like when I was drinking a lot, it was kind of like being drunk was the par for the course. It was sort of what was normal. And I have like a really positive reaction to booze. Like I get happier and more relaxed and all those things. And so being sober was like under par. Like it was, wait, that's a good thing, right, in golf? Over par is sex, right? Whatever.
Well, no, you say it's subpar means it's not good enough.
Yeah, like
but under par is good.
Whatever.
But you'd never say under par. You'd say subpar, which means not good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, like being sober, like kind of sucked. Like I just wasn't. I don't know. So quitting drinking is just about sort of resetting the balance and being able to just sort of, you know, like just take life back a little bit. Because the other thing too is like I would never try anything that wasn't like didn't involve booze. Like people would ask me to go hiking, or people would ask me to go even just stand up paddleboarding, which you and I did the other week. Like there was no way in like shit. There was no way. There was no way I was going to go do that if I wasn't going to be drinking. And so I kind of want to start trying new things like that.
Invite Prozzy to do stuff.
Fuck off.
But I think, being serious, like if you get an invitation to do something like bouldering or
Yeah.
4-wheel drive off-roading,
Yeah. Well,
then you would definitely you could make a video out of it.
yeah. I mean, to answer the question plainly, it's not that I'm doing anything new now per se. It's just the opportunity is there for me to do something new if I chose.
You got a super chat.
Nice.
200 Japanese yen.
Ooh, dang.
So you can guess who that's from.
Tokyo Sam.
Tokyo Sam.
My boy.
Can we get some super chat hype in the chat, please?
Uh,
Yeah, let's see if we can get this food paid for. Like, how much it... I know it's ugly to talk about money, but how much do you reckon it costs to ingredients to...
this
You get
cost
my
me-
question.
This cost me almost $500.
Oh, okay, and enough for 2 people? That's quite reasonable then.
Well, I only
Okay,
brought...
this is one thing I want to say about you, right?
Uh-huh.
You used to say, like, when we lived together, you'd come home with a bag of ingredients, and then you'd be like, fucking $2,000 for ingredients. But inside, there's a bottle of whiskey, there's like a 6-pack of booze, you know, the 6-pack of, and you're like, fucking ingredients are so expensive in Taiwan. But actually now you're not buying booze, like $500 is quite reasonable for like...
Yeah, I mean, but that's also not including the stuff I already had, like
Yeah, that's true, the spices and stuff.
spices and the puff pastry and the whatever else I'm working with here.
Yeah. So yeah, feel free to follow Tokyo Sam's example, super chat, get this food paid for, and you owe Tokyo Sam a Prozzy dance.
We did a dance.
No,
not a dance, but I'm trying to think. We did
I thought you meant you already did the one. Yeah.
No. Me and him in Tokyo. It wasn't like a dance. We had this shot set up where it was like a martial arts thing, and then we had my camera woman at the time, who she shall not be named unless I get sued.
Oh, she went to with you.
Yeah, she did. Yeah. And it was funny, but I can't remember what it was. It was like a martial arts thing. A dance for Tokyo Sam. Do you have any recommendations?
Just try not to do anything racist to Japanese people. Like I'm just seeing your head going like no kung fu or like what's the word?
But as you know, everyone loves kung fu fighting.
Everyone does love kung fu fighting, and very quickly after Tokyo Sam suggested it, Skidler sent us $1. So thank you, Skidler.
Nice. He's in Australia, is he? Skidler?
I'm
Is
not
it
too
Australian
sure.
dollars?
Always thought you were slammed. Now I realize you're just hot and humid all the time. I think the rosy cheeks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, he's been sober since
October. Sober since October.
Nice.
Put that on a shirt. Okay, I gotta think about what I'm doing here. I want to pan fry the chicken to get some color on it. Then wrap it together, boil the potatoes. Okay. Yeah.
What needs to be done first?
Oh, I want to try and get it all done at the same time. So when it goes in the oven, I'll boil the potatoes. So let's get this done first. Let me turn
Where's
this
your
on.
oven side? Oh, does this come out?
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be fun. Oh, look at that.
Fuck, if I forgot to pay my gas bill.
Baguette. Oh, another super chat from Dion.
Nice.
He must love your dancing. Another 10 Australian dollars from Dion saying, let's get Prozzy to $100 US. Yes, let's do that. I wish I could do the same, but
You're preoccupied.
I'm too busy with this. Baking broccoli. How about steaming instead? Why are you baking it instead of steaming it? What's the benefits?
It's easier and it's delicious.
Do you
I do like steamed broccoli with a bit of. Do you ever eat it in England where you get steamed broccoli with
Cheese?
cheese whiz? Yeah.
We don't have cheese whiz. What's cheese whiz?
Cheese whiz. It's like it comes in a jar. It's really fucking shit. It's barely cheese.
Is it like the cheese in a can, like spray cheese?
No, it's less foamy. It's like you might put it on a hot dog or a sandwich or something.
No,
It's
my
like-
mum does a really good cheese broccoli.
Yeah, cheese and broccoli's fucking delicious.
Duck Boo Bao. Duck Boo Bao. Alan, you live in Taichung? Yep. Been here 15 years. I am like the poster boy of Taichung.
Yeah, you love
I
Taichung.
love it more than life itself. Someone says, "Are you guys in a relationship?" Does that mean like me and you in a relationship, or are we in relationships independently? The answer to both is no.
No.
Flash Cloud is going to give you some pressure. This meal better look good, pros. I'm watching and waiting.
I think the only way this won't look good is if my puff pastry doesn't rise. I've also just realized I salted the cream. This might be I might have oversalted this already.
No, in my opinion, you can't have too much salt. Goldman Roger 666. I recognize his photo. I'm not sure if he's a Patreon. The shirt comes off at $100.
I don't know about that.
Feel free to take your shirt off at $100.
Yeah.
Send Prosy a DM of your
or, you know,
sexy body.
Or don't.
Peter Zhou has a relatively interesting question. Any jobs in sustainability in Taiwan?
Like as in environmental sustainability, or do you mean sustainable jobs?
No, I guess like sustainability, like in environmental protection. I guess your name is Peter Zhou, so I'm guessing he speaks Chinese. Then yeah, there's plenty of jobs in environmental.
There's a lot
protection.
of engineers here, European engineers here, that do work on the wind farms.
But those guys are not in sustainability. I wouldn't say they are in sustainability.
No, but like they're working to
like
build.
They would dig oil wells in Taiwan, or they would like
if they're paid to, yeah.
They would do anything it takes to make money, but.
I'm gonna preheat this oven and shove it back in the shelf, hoping nothing explodes.
Why would it?
Well, has.
So anyway, to answer the question, basically, I'm sure there are jobs in sustainability. Taiwan is like spending more and more money on sustainability and environmental protection. So but you have to speak Chinese. You can't do that in English, I guess.
What temperature do you think I should have this at?
Usually like 190. 180 is.
I'll go 190 and hope. All right, so that is now on and in a shelf. So all of the heat is just gonna be. All right, let's pan fry these bad boys.
It's got
yeah, vents on the side,
yeah, you'll be fine. He says. Ron Balls Gaming says he's got $100 US ready to go if the shirt comes off.
What the hell? Did this get gay real fast?
And then the next one is Stephen Otto, bring out the raw eggs.
He's been on that for years, like since I started doing live streams, probably in my early days in Taiwan. We had this sort of in-joke about raw eggs. I can't even remember what that was even all about, but...
Actually, I'm sure you did it once.
I did do a video talking about how, like in Chinese, they use egg quite often for like dan or bendan or whatever. Like eggs are just like bad for whatever reason as a joke, and so I bit into one.
Yeah, so you did it for free.
Yeah.
So it's been done. Super chat.
Yeah, boy.
Sash W Rin. Sash Rin.
Mm-hmm.
They could have said anything. They had the freedom to ask you any question they want.
Uh-huh.
They said broccoli.
What?
They said broccoli.
That's all they said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Much appreciated. Peter Zhou says emissions and carbon neutral are not Chinese. I didn't mean you were Chinese. I just thought with the name.
Chinese.
I thought you spoke Chinese. Yeah. So my bad for the misunderstanding. And Dean McLeod says.
That is a fucking cool name.
Dean McLeod. It's like something out of Back to the Future. Do you plan on staying sober forever, Prosy, or is this part of a diet?
I mean, I have no time frame, but as long as I can, yeah. Like, I think I'm not going to beat myself up if I start drinking again. I think it's like, if I feel like it, then I'll do it. But for now, I don't want to drink, and that's what makes it easy to quit. I just don't feel like doing it. So.
It smells. I mean, it's chicken and oil
yeah,
fries.
I didn't get it as brown as I like, but.
Now let's go back to the Instagram questions. Cole Fogel asks the meaning of life. I mean, that's a very Cole Fogel kind of question. We debate this all the time. I think that the meaning of life is to be happy. But Prosy thinks it's...
Well, I think that's not a permanent state of being. You know, I think happiness is nice, but not every circumstance is going to make you happy. So I think in a large part you have to work hard and suffer through life so that you can find some level of stability. I think happiness is a bit, it's just...
Do you not put your extractor fan on?
Forgot. It's fine. We're done. I just seared these. They got a little brown, but not really brown. Whoa. That would be so good for a sauce. That brown, that's too bad I'm not doing anything with it. But. Yeah. Okay, so what I want to do with this...
You don't need to boil your potatoes.
You do, yeah.
I thought that if I was cooking, that would be the first thing I did was get the potatoes boiled. Do you have a masher?
Yep.
From IKEA.
Yep.
That's the only place you can buy mashers in Taiwan. Because they don't mash stuff.
Yeah, I guess there'd be no point. Because I want to cut the tails off these so they fit onto here. So I'm thinking,
What are you going to do with the tail?
don't know yet.
Is it
I
cooked?
thought
Can
I
I
had
eat
enough-
it?
No.
Oh.
It's not cooked all the way through. Let's just say this much. Oh, wow.
Tails. Everyone's going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Tails on a chicken breast?
Well, because with a chicken breast, one side is thinner than the other, and so you get uneven cooking times.
Yeah.
So what I want is the meatier part of it that should just sit here. But for some reason, like I'm going a mile a minute, and I haven't thought through what I'm doing.
Is this how you would normally cook?
I think so. It's just
fly by ear kind of thing?
yeah. If it's something I've cooked quite a lot, then yeah. But so I'm gonna put on the bottom some of this cream cheese mix I've made with sage, salt, pepper, onion powder, thyme, rosemary, oregano, classic Western dishes, spices.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
What is the most relaxing thing about living in Taiwan, and what is the most stressful thing about living in Taiwan?
that's a good question. I think the most relaxing thing is the fact that, and people say this all the time, so it's an overused answer, but it's so true. The fact that anything you need is so readily available within, like in your immediate proximity, you
Mhm.
know? Like particularly with like 7-Elevens, Family Marts, pharmacies. So like if you have a headache, you don't really have to worry too much about being far away from a pharmacy because there's one everywhere. And then that sounds stupid, but when you have a headache and you're trying to sleep and it won't go away,
you just go downstairs
it's
and
just so nice to be able to, yeah.
3 o'clock in the morning there's a pharmacy open basically.
Yeah, see how raw that it still is?
Probably don't
I
read that.
really hope that cooks in the oven.
Of course it will, yeah.
Put that there, put that there. Let's put a little dollop more of this on top.
I've never had chicken Wellington before. I've only ever had beef Wellington once.
Yeah, I don't even think chicken Wellington's like a real thing. It's just, in high school, my buddy made this chicken Wellington dish with bacon, actually. You could put bacon on this if you wanted to, and it was fantastic. And so ever since then, every single time I make it, I tweak the recipe a little bit. And so, again, I don't know if this is going to be good. And I definitely feel like I'm forgetting something. I just don't know what that something is.
Let me just go back to the chat quickly. Do you believe in God? Do you believe in God?
I believe in... No. I mean, I don't know.
We just had this chat in our podcast. We just a similar kind of thing where like the importance of religion and how religion is.
Yeah, I think there's definitely some utility in religion, and I'm not a church-going man,
Mm-hmm.
but I think I can definitely see. Oh, go like that, wouldn't it? Okay, this is the part I'm shit at because I'm not much of a baker.
Have you got eggs?
Some potentially old, very old ones.
Okay.
Because I know you're supposed to do an egg wash to get these to rise a little bit better,
No, just give it a bit of gloss and shine.
but I'm not
Can
going
they
to
see what you're doing? Yeah, they can see. Do you have an electric go-go row? Nope.
Nope.
Would you like one?
Nope.
What's your team, Prozzy? Sens or Habs?
Both. I am a fan
Fuck
of
off.
both.
Whatever.
I watch both.
How the hell can you say they're in the same league?
Yeah.
That is ridiculous. So what if they play each other? That's
Then
that's
it's
not
good because
that-
one of them will win.
like if England play South Africa, I will support England.
Right.
But you can't have two teams.
Well, then I guess, yeah, I suppose I would support Ottawa in that sense. But because my dad's from Montreal, and so he's always liked the Habs. But I'm from Ottawa, so I like the Sens. But, it's hard to catch hockey games here in Taiwan, and so I watch the highlights.
Mm-hmm.
One of the most fun times, actually, in Taiwan was I was hanging out with Wes and Kaohsiung probably last year sometime. And we woke up, and there was a game on.
And you get hammered.
And we just drank beers in the morning and watched the game together. And it just felt
such a good feeling.
Yeah. This one's not going to look very good, but whatever. Do you reckon I should do the fork trick?
Or fork trick.
It's like they put a fork and they make it like...
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You're making a YouTube video. People are going to be judging you.
Yeah, but I've tried this once before and it just didn't really work.
You have to press harder. Yeah.
I don't want it. Yeah, but if I push too hard, because it'll smear, you know?
Oh, okay.
And again, I'm really bad at baking, so.
We need to fry that chicken and eat it from our starter.
All right, go ahead. Turn on the gas. And now, when you turn on the gas, it'll be on a really high heat, so you're gonna want to manage that, which is not a particularly easy thing to do. But oh yeah, are those potatoes boiling yet? Not yet. Jesus Christ! Good thing we turned those on, eh?
Told you. Whack that. Just give us the chicken in there. Ooh, so hot.
Stainless steel pan. It really keeps its heat.
Oh, okay. Oh, that reminds me of a story once. I had like a slate, like a solid piece of slate for a barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
And I had friends over and we did like a big barbecue. And then
Yeah, that's on wicked high. You want to turn that
was
down.
that on too high?
Yeah, really, really high.
And then
Right around that side.
I was washing. I used oven gloves to move it to the sink. Put it in the sink. Put like cold water on it, and it was freezing cold.
Oh, and it fucking cracked and broke into.
No. But then I turned around, did something else, went back to pick it up, thinking it was cold, but the heat had just come from the inside again. Like literally scalded like all my 8 fingers on my both hands.
Yeah.
But that's my cooking knowledge of. Typical of my cooking knowledge.
Okay. Let's
See what happens when we ignore the chat. That's oh, you got a super chat.
Oh, nice.
TLL, a very common commenter, a very good supporter of both of our channels.
Yep.
What's up with temple? Actually, TLL, I thought you were Taiwanese, but I'm guessing you're not. What's up with temple dances? Like on
dances.
Roro Cow 2. Temple dances, the girls who dance on the top of the poles.
Oh, Buddhist party buses.
I guess that's what he's asking. What's up with that?
Okay, my issue here is that I put these two close together and they're going to expand into each other, you think?
Nah,
You think they're fine?
I guess they'll be fine.
One of the tricks my old chef taught me, and I don't know if this would work, is that instead of using egg, you just use a bit of water as a wash over the top. But let's just try it without egg, because I'm really worried. I've had those eggs in the fridge for a long time.
Yeah,
I know
don't
eggs
risk
last a
it, don't
long
risk
time,
it.
but let's just try this without egg. They're not going to rise as nicely, but whatever.
Dion says we need a moderator. Why? What's happening? Is someone being a piece of shit? I can't see any.
What do you think? Do you think that's too close together and they'll rise and stick together? If they do, that would be devastating, but whatever. These are going in the oven. Oh yeah, the German oven.
You just can't help yourself.
I know, it's just
Potatoes are boiling.
nice.
Do we need to stir them or anything? Or
Yeah, go for it.
what you should do is do a fried rice, and try and get Uncle Roger to
Get
comment
his attention.
on it.
But isn't he like a Chinese shill or something?
Well, no, he did a video with a pro Taiwan independence guy and then deleted it off his channel.
Okay.
Once he found out that the guy was like anti CCP kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I accidentally threw out the little pick that this came with, but I bought some
Oh, is this dessert?
pineapples for us in case you're peckish. Next
Di-
question?
Dion says someone is asking stupid questions. There's no such thing as a stupid question. Is that not what your teacher always used to tell you?
Yeah.
What's that for?
Pineapple.
Oh, for pineapple. Okay, cheers.
You can use your hands if you want.
Okay. We'll pretend we're civilized.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah, next question.
Just gotta pick up this piece of pineapple off the floor. Civilized.
Super clean floor.
Okay, next question. How many China provinces did you visit when you lived there?
Not as many as I wanted to. I lived in Guangdong, been through Guangxi, Jiangxi to the north. I lived in Henan. I went to Xi'an, Shanghai. So only like 4 or 5.
How many are there?
A lot.
Like 20?
A bunch. Do you reckon that'll be enough for gravy? Dip it in
Yeah.
gravy. So yeah, not as many as I wanted to. I never got really to experience the north of China, which is one of my regrets because the north of China, it just looks so cool, and the food up there is so good. They use a lot more things like breads, meats. It's just heartier dishes, right? Because it's colder. Mm-hmm. This is a gravy, by the way, that Betty got me. I can't remember if I used Betty's gravy or the one that Greg and Kat got me, but it's a poutine sauce. It's essentially a gravy. It's since separated from the fats that are in here, which is kind of gross, but I'm hoping that'll come back together when I microwave it again. So yeah, not as many provinces as I wanted to, but oh well. I had a good time in China.
Yeah. YRN Maxi. I'm visiting Taiwan. How do I buy you a non-alcoholic beer?
A few months ago, I was at Andre's place, and I was a bit tempted to start drinking again. So I went to 7 and I got myself a non-alcoholic beer.
Which one?
Taiwan.
Oh, like the Taiwan Free?
Yeah.
It's fucking.
It was awful.
It's just like beer flavored soda water.
Yeah, I saw this Instagram reel. Those are probably done if you wanna.
Yep.
I saw this Instagram reel that was like drinking non-alcoholic beer is like going down on your sister. It tastes the same, but you just know it's wrong. Yeah.
But another good idea is to send a super chat. That's that. But and you promise to buy a non-alcoholic beer with it.
Yeah.
Oh, it is cooked perfectly as well. Tell you what, I'm a genius.
Nicely done, Chef Cook.
See what you did there?
Yeah. It's probably gonna be fucking molten lava. I'm gonna dip mine in some of that. None of those spices or herbs are cooked, but
有台湾的女朋友吗？
没有. For my English-speaking audience, yes, if I have a Taiwanese girlfriend. I do not. I am single.
有台湾的男朋友吗？
也没有. Okay.
The previous one is just a joke. Pretty like you said that word, especially with that. Oh, they said zoom in filter. Okay, I don't get that. How to pronounce this? Can you read that? Can you guess what it is? It's something you often say.
No.
jian.
Oh, jian. Yeah, there's no way I'd be able to read that.
Yeah. What are your
oyster
plans
pancake.
for becoming a full-time YouTuber in the future? That's a big question.
Well,
Give me a spoon of the sauce on there.
yeah, again, I don't know if it's good because it's not cooked, but how do you want to handle that?
Mm-hmm.
My contract at the school is up in about 4 months, and then I'm free. I am free. So then I guess I'll be full-time YouTuber. Although I don't know what the fuck I think I'm doing because I don't earn any money from YouTube. I know I will. Like I know I'll have to find a way to make it work, like you always say. But it's I just don't make money right now, so I don't know why I think this business is going to work. But basically, my plan is just to focus the time and energy that I spend at school on YouTube, and I don't know that I'll be pushing out more content, as in more frequently. I think I'd rather focus on making better content weekly. And I'm hoping that, like, because you're full-time as well, that we'll be able to go on
some trips and travel together.
trips and bigger projects and things like that. So I've also tried to formulate what my day will look like. Because on weekends, it's quite nice. Like, I wake up, not hungover, because I don't drink anymore. Is that hot? Yeah. Metal. Do you want to, this thing?
Let's get it. Ah, fuck, shit. I'll put them in.
But yeah, like planning out a day. Because when you don't have a job, a full-time job, and nothing to do, it's so easy to like just do nothing and get depressed. And so I want to try and maybe like drink a coffee, watch some YouTube, go for a walk or a run, and be active in the morning. Get like sunlight in, and then go focus on work. So
that's your basic plan. Love you.
Love you too.
That's from Emily Baby. Not. Now, what time of the year is best to visit Taiwan? Weather? Question mark. Any big public holidays to avoid? That's such a negative way to look at it, right?
Yeah, but I think he's right though, because the public holidays make it way more expensive and really difficult to get around.
Yeah, but then that's when everyone is like, 很热闹, 很热情.
What would you say? December? Like it's a little bit cooler.
My birthday.
In October when it's scorching hot.
Well, it's not scorching hot. It's just getting cooler. And it's the best time of year.
That piece of chicken's all yours if you want it.
Oh, nice. But to be honest, avoid Chinese New Year or Lunar New Year.
It's just
because there's nothing to do and it's very expensive.
Yeah, everything is shut. People are spending time with their family. They're not out and about. You won't really, I don't know. Although, you know what's really fun is Moon Festival with the barbecuing.
Yeah,
and
that is.
that's really nice.
You can literally walk down the street and be invited into a. Or you probably have to ask because they're not that. But if you said, "Well, can you tan jam out and can I sit?" They'd be like, "Sure."
Yeah.
As long as you bring a beer or something. Why you put the cooked chicken on the cutting board that had raw chicken on it? Oh yeah.
I cleaned it.
Oh, okay. Prozzy, great guy, terrible chef. How the fuck do they know?
Who said that?
Coco B.
Oh, okay, I didn't know he's eating my food.
He'd probably rather be called a piece of shit guy and a good chef. That would be more applicable. Duck. Wait. There's a chat going on that's about me, so I can't ignore that.
Go on.
I'm trying to get back to it. We need a moderator now, please. I don't understand why we need a moderator. What questions are they asking?
The broccoli's almost done, which is a bit early.
He might be new to the channel. To Joe, he might be new to the channel, dude. Oh God. Can your boy come out to Taiwan for the summer? But it's not the summer in South Africa. It's the winter in South Africa. So they're in school. So they get in South Africa. They get their long holiday in December when they go to the beach. So it's really difficult to time it with northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. But I'll be there in September for his birthday. What's Alan's occupation? Unemployed. Have you ever been to Korea?
Yep. I had a Korean girlfriend for 5 years.
Yeah.
So I went to Korea twice. And I loved it. I had a great time.
Yeah.
Korean food's amazing.
Was she your first ever girlfriend?
No, but my first serious long-term live together
Oh, okay.
girlfriend.
Is Prozzy locked out of China, or is there still a hope for a short trip there?
I don't know legally speaking, but if I had to guess, yeah, I don't think I'd be welcome back in.
I was talking about this with Greg and Kat, a couple of our Patreons from the podcast, and he was like, "There's definitely a file on any Taiwanese YouTuber, foreign YouTubers. The CCP definitely have some kind of information."
100%.
Yeah. Corbinian Bavaria. Hey, my guys, hope all is going well. Other than 591, what other websites, other than Facebook, can I find a decent place I want to come to teach English?
Oh, just those two, really.
Yeah, that 591, you're not going to get ripped off. You're just going to get what's on the normal market.
Yeah.
Ready MG. Why are you so handsome? Oh, she sent you she sent a question for you and said by mistake. Oh, okay.
Yeah, my why am I so handsome? I don't know. Hopefully, handsome enough to get sponsor videos, I hope.
Do you reckon your dad was handsome when he was younger?
I think so, yeah. I remember when I worked at the pub, it was my parents' local, and they, one of the barmaids, really hot chick, used to say that my dad was handsome. I'm like, fuck off, really?
Here we go. Oh, this is a good question. We actually mentioned this, or you mentioned it to me a couple of days ago, maybe last week, from V for Victoria Lee, who I think is hot. I always look at her Instagram and I'm like,
yeah, she was in New Zealand.
Oh, okay. If you could direct a movie, no need to consider the cost, what would that be?
That is a good question. I don't know. It probably would be a comedy.
Really? I would have gone for sort of documentary style.
Yeah, that too. But I like the idea of writing comedy. I haven't done it a lot, but sometimes if the script really works, I find it really fun to sit down and think of jokes, especially when you think of something that you just know it bangs, it's just so funny. But yeah, maybe a documentary thing. I think it'd be cool to do something maybe go explore some of the Aboriginal cultures, and go in there and.
That's what Andre was telling me. He's keen to for me to make videos about exploring Aboriginal villages. And
he just wants to get fucking drunk with a bunch of Aboriginal people.
But yeah, that's the sort of thing I would go for. Or probably just a life story, just my own.
So just a YouTube video then.
No, but tell the story of my life, from if there's no cost was no limit, then surely like a biopic, is it biopic? Bioepic?
So like Rocket Man, but it's Alan.
Yeah. Fucking jumping into a swimming pool, coked off my head while my mum just arrives at the party.
Yeah.
That's from Rocket Man, by the way, in case you haven't seen it.
Not from your actual life.
That's one of my favorite movies ever.
Rocket Man.
I fucking love. Is it called Rocket Man?
Yeah.
Yeah. I absolutely love it. I've watched it so many times, like 5 or 6 times.
I'm a pufta.
So yeah, I would probably go for a self appreciating biopic. Will you spend the rest of your life in Taiwan?
Rest of my life, I think if I were to raise a family and it made sense, maybe. I haven't thought that far ahead, you know. I think definitely in 5 years, yeah.
Okay, from 0. Why? Is that not too hot? Anyway, let me just shut up. How far, if 0 to 100 is a sliding scale of 100 is like married with kids and grandkids, and 0 is like nowhere, like is the opposite of that. How far along that spectrum are you to having that kind of life?
30.
So you're on the way.
Well,
Is it something you envisage doing?
yeah, I think one day, like, I think it'd be nice.
Like, did you ever have a girlfriend that you thought that was going to happen with?
Not 100%, no.
You
I
always
think
have
it's
some
just
doubts,
like,
right?
yeah, there's always doubts, and I think it's like, sorry, let me just, fucking, there we go. I think it's like it's interesting to me how quickly life moves and how, fuck, I'm burning the goddamn broccoli, hang on, sorry. How quickly life moves and how in my head it's like I have all this time to do what I want, you know? Like I want to be able to be somewhat successful and own a business and make my own money and be my own man and have a little bit of self-respect and all of those things. And it's like you feel like life is maybe you've got a lot of time, you know, you're like, oh, I'm still young. And then slowly you start to realize, you know, shit, I'm not so young anymore. And so I find it stressful, I think, to turn the time back up on this.
But do you not think that even anyone watching who's been married and had kids, or
that's the thing.
they all agreed with it. They doubted it. I don't think anyone can say like 100%. I knew that this was the right decision to make.
Yeah, of course. And I think that also, you know, a conversation that I hear a lot is like, oh fuck, I've not all the way through. It feels a bit hard to mash through them. One of the things I hear a lot is like, you know, how married couples complain about being married and how they tell people not to do it and don't have kids and all of that. I hear it so often. Yeah. But I think that's because the only people who are actually talking about it are the people who have those regrets. And so you don't hear from people who are happily married with children as often because they've got nothing to complain about. Not, you know, they're not. You're more likely to hear negative things than positive things. But
yeah.
I don't remember where I was going with that. But
do you not think everyone has doubts?
Yeah, of course. I mean, like, but I think the trick is like once you get married, the idea behind marriage, anyways, is that this is it. Like, this is a commitment. That's why you stand in front of all your friends and family and tell this person, like, no matter what, I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere. And because you have that commitment, it forces you to reconcile your differences. And any of those doubts you might have, you have to work with your partner on to try and, you know, improve things or fix the problem. Because I think it's too easy these days for people just to get a divorce. You know, like I hear it so often. It's like, yeah, but I might get married and then whatever, I'll just get a divorce. It's like, what? How is that even on the fucking table yet? You haven't even gotten married yet. You're already thinking
that's the same with any decision in life. You think that's like that's out of it. That's in a different ballpark to like buying a house. Well, if I don't like it, I'll sell it.
Yeah, but that's not.
Surely we have the freedom to do whatever we want to do.
Yeah, but you got married. and there's consequences when you don't work hard enough to make that work. Like, what's that old saying? Like, the dildo of consequences rarely comes lubed. You know what I mean? So, like, if you're gonna fucking leave your marriage that you committed to, that you told everyone that was it, and it's like, you know, have fun with that, but it's like, I don't know. Like, obviously there are scenarios and circumstances in which divorce is warranted. But I think if you're bored, or if...
Change your mind.
Yeah, it's like, get the fuck, you.
Next question. Someone asked a really good... Craig McCormick, haven't heard from him for a while. Afternoon, fellas. Question, which of each other's videos do you think is criminally underviewed? No, I think Prozzy's videos are all...
right where they should be.
I don't know. I don't know how many views each of your videos gets, but I know like there's a high percentage of them that should have more views.
Yeah, I think that's like all of them should have more views.
Yeah.
I think your... Oh, you know what? I've got cheese.
Okay, get it in there. Get it in there.
I think the one that you did with Eddie.
Oh, the Huandao.
Oh no, it's gone off. It's
Let's have a
mold in
look.
it. Mold.
Yeah.
Shit. That's a lot of fucking cheese. Let's give this a taste and see if it.
But I can see. Oh, nice. I can see why.
I'm gonna have to mash this a little bit more. But what do you think? More salt? Or? A lot of pepper in there.
There's a lot of flavor in there. I wouldn't say. I'd say it's pretty good.
More salt then.
Why? You think I'm not? You think I'm my?
No, just a tad more, just to be safe.
No, that's good. Mm.
Nice. Oh, super chat? Or is that old?
Yeah, but it's a girl just messaged me that I've got to reply to first because she's. How's the live video going? So far, so good. About to eat. Just. So yeah, I mean, we could talk for hours and hours about views and which videos deserve more views and which, but at the end of the day, what? It fell off.
Something's happened. I'm gonna increase the temperature to try and make that a lot. What the fuck did I just do?
Oh, it's just fell down. Like one of the feet is like slipped off the edge, I think. Like you can see it's higher at the top here.
That's what I'm saying, yeah, but I can't quite figure out where exactly the problem is. We'll just have to be careful with that.
Yeah.
Hot oven falling on us.
Yeah, we can talk for hours and hours about why a video... Like, for example, yesterday's video that I published, or Friday's video, gets like a lot of views. Mm-hmm. I feel a little bit guilty. Not guilty, it doesn't deserve... Why does that video get this many views? And then something that I spent a lot of money on traveling around trying to show that doesn't get views. But the reason is that it didn't click in the algorithm. It didn't fulfill the something in there that we just can't identify.
Mm.
But it's boring. People get bored of listening to us talk about that kind of stuff.
Well, it's hard to relate to, right? It's like someone in an advanced tech field talking about that stuff that just people don't. You know, it's like.
Don't get, yeah. Next question. Oh, Eddie Live. Eddie Live is in the chat.
Hey.
Eddie.
I envy him. I think it's so cool that he's got a successful restaurant.
Yeah, he's doing well, yeah. And he's a hustler, I would say. Like he's
a go-getter. Like he's definitely a hard worker.
He's genuinely worked hard. If anyone doesn't know who we're talking about, there's a YouTube channel called Eddie Live, mm-hmm. Eddie's Cantina or something in Taipei. And he does podcasts like religiously every Tuesday at 7 o'clock. Question.
Mm-hmm.
Is cheese expensive in Taiwan?
I would say so, yeah. It is. Very expensive.
Yeah. Cheese is expensive in the UK. In the UK now, they put the cheese in a security...
What?
Like, when you take it out of the shop, it beeps the...
Why?
Because it's so expensive. And it's easy to steal. And like basically what shoplifters do in England is do you call it shoplifting?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shoplifters they steal anything they can go to the pub and sell to people in the pub. So like batteries, razors, like joints of beef or pork or lamb, like, so they all have like radio tags on them now.
That's hilarious.
Eddie here. Death to Putin says the banking video was poop emoji. Thanks, man. Thanks for watching. That's the most important thing. You give me the view.
Yeah.
I guess my question doesn't mean crap. What did you ask? Oh, okay. Sorry, I missed it. You're Canadian, Prosy. You're Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
Why move to Taiwan over somewhere else in Canada? Did you travel Canada much?
Well, my mom's from Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, so I've been all over the East Coast. It's such a small plate.
That's okay. This one's mine.
So I've been all over there. My sister lived in Winnipeg for a long time because she's married to an RCMP officer. But
I hope they can see what's going on here on the food.
yeah, I don't know. Like, I have nothing against Canada. I really like it. It's just that, I'm an early childhood educator by trade, and so it's very difficult to earn money. And Canada is a notoriously expensive place to live. So, yeah, I think if I did, I'd like to try somewhere on the West Coast. But, everybody wants to live on the West Coast, don't they?
West, is that Vancouver?
Yeah,
Oh,
like
okay.
BC, Alberta.
Okay.
This is going to get cold by the time the chicken's done, but whatever.
That's all right. Alan's video did well because it had a sexy girl in it. Did it have a sexy girl in it? Didn't notice. I disagree. I think I thought it did well because I speak Chinese for the whole video, and people.
I think that's a huge part of it. Yeah. Let me just see if this is.
Somebody says, good night guys, I'm Chinese. The relationship between Taiwan and China isn't good recently. I want to know how Taiwanese think of Chinese. Will they hate or discriminate against Chinese who go to Taiwan?
Yep.
No, they won't. They will have their money. Bring your Chinese renminbi here and we'll boost our economy with your tourism.
Yeah.
But
I think that broccoli is too salty. You want to try one? It's really salty. I fucked that up. I have that problem now because I switch between table salt and kosher salt, and table salt is saltier. It's ionized, and it just has a higher salt content because the flakes are actually they're smaller than kosher salt. Salty, right?
it's quite salty.
Sorry.
It's all right. But will Taiwanese people hate Chinese people?
I don't hate Chinese people, but I definitely think that when you're on a bus or I remember one time I was on a gondola and they just get looks because Chinese people are quite loud in public. Mm-hmm. So it's super obvious when there's a mainlander there, and the accent as well. But I wouldn't say that they necessarily discriminate them in a sense. It's just sort of like a quiet eye roll, if that makes sense. Like a...
Yeah, but I guess it depends on the type of person you're talking about. Like if it's a businessman in Sun Moon Lake that's got a hotel, he's gonna love Chinese people.
Oh yeah, of course,
But I know that my ex-girlfriend went to China a couple of times, and every time she gets in a taxi, they say "Welcome home," or "Welcome back to the motherland." And that frustrates the shit out of Taiwanese people.
Okay, I'm really hoping this shelf doesn't fall down.
I don't think it will. If it does, we're gonna make £250 from America's home. Oh,
Workers' comp.
oh my goodness! Look at this. That looks amazing. It looks like a chicken pot pie.
Yeah.
The top of a chicken pot pie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just move the. I think everyone will
Unfortunately, everything else will be cold, but that's all right.
look at that. Gee whiz.
Fuck. This one still has the paper under it. Should I take it off the paper?
No. I'm pretty able to differentiate between paper and pastry.
You'd be surprised. Nice. And of course, a bit of gravy on the side.
Quasi Boba says, wow, that's some good stuff.
Also,
It does look absolutely delicious. Marty T says, I bet Prosy is a filthy Leafs fan. Are you a Leafs fan?
Nope.
No? Back to. Just gonna take a photo.
For the gravy.
Oh. Nice.
I don't know if this gravy's hot, but if it's not, just throw it back in the microwave.
I don't know if we,
Do you want to show them
the finished product.
Yeah.
Here we
How
go.
long did that take? We said 30 minutes.
I said 7 o'clock. It's 7:24.
Oh, shit. How
45
long have we been doing this for? 70 minutes already. Good
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
That kind of flew by, didn't it? Or maybe it did for me because I was working. But
Yeah. Final product.
yeah.
Absolutely delicious looking.
Merci beaucoup.
No, thanks to the chef. Well, I haven't eaten it yet, so
It might taste like absolute ass, so
Sure
we'll
it'll
see.
be.
I did this for the photo. You can probably take that off. It's probably gonna.
nice.
Nice. Okay, fork and knife, yeah?
Yep.
Knife.
Top.
Holding out the part you actually use. It's nice and.
All the gravy's hot. I'm just gonna
Okay.
go for it. I'm gonna just whack it over.
That's so British.
Oh, yes. Look at that. That's a Easter Sunday dinner. Happy Easter,
I
bro.
want to move it back so you can see. Oh yeah, it's Easter.
Oh, yeah.
I can see.
The
I
final
don't know. It's
product.
hard for them to see, but.
Should,
okay,
we go to should we go to the dining room now, or is this the dining room?
I haven't got a dining room, so I guess this is it. Hang on, I just gotta get my knife. That's over here. Shit. Fuck. God damn it.
Oh my god, the chicken is so juicy.
Is it? It's
Yeah.
chicken breast, which is typically not juicy.
Yeah, but it's like you can. Oh my goodness, mate.
And the potatoes are nice. They're not as mashed as I want them to be, but that's all right. A bit of gravy.
Look at that.
It might be wicked dry, who knows? The gravy's good. Was it fucking hot? It just came out of the oven, so I mean. Is it good? I think Alan's burnt the top of his mouth.
Well, I'm okay. That is the best thing I've eaten since I was back in England.
Fuck off.
Really so good.
I'll
Oh
ask
my
his
God.
honest opinion when the live stream's over.
No,
Yeah, it looks a bit
juicy.
not bad, yeah.
It's really juicy. Really.
I wish they could see a little bit more clearly, but oh well. It's not like if only I could move the camera.
If only it was on a tripod that can come over here.
Yeah. Have we any super chats come in or no?
Come on, they've waited a long time, so you can show them the inside of it.
Yeah. So the inside kind of looks
Oh
like
yes, juicy chicken
that.
surrounded in cheese, chicken and cheese, perfect.
Chicken, cheese, herbs.
Do we have any questions that
Do you have
didn't?
any super chats at all, or
I don't think we missed any.
those are priority?
The chat is going wild as they look at the food. Where did we get up to? That's some good stuff. Looks great. Start that restaurant you wanted to do last year.
Yeah, you have to wait 70 minutes for your fucking food, but
Yeah. 70 minutes. I was off by 20 minutes. Chicken breast can be juicy if cooked just right. This is very juicy. Sergio Chen says, man, we sit when we eat. Well, yeah, so do we
yeah,
too.
well, I
But
haven't got any fucking chairs. So.
and we're doing a live stream in this position, so. Whoop. Good, right?
Hot.
Yeah, British guy. Let's just drown everything in gravy. Yes.
That is good though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm happy with the way the chicken turned out at least.
That's the centerpiece.
So no super chats. We can go back to the regular questions. I have like 20 of them to go through.
Yep, I'm going to go back to them. Andre's question. Have you dealt with and how do you deal with loneliness, depression, and feeling lost while abroad? Wow. Do you feel lost while abroad?
I think there's definitely moments and times in my life where I felt a bit not sure what the fuck I'm doing here. But I think the most important thing is that you have a direction and a goal and something to do. I think that a lot of people, we talked about this in the podcast today, I think a lot of people, still stuff frying in the oven, a lot of people become Busiban teachers and they're there for a few years and it's so
Well,
empty.
not even a few years. It's like 10, 20 years.
Yeah, and you know, you make okay money for Taiwan, but nothing that's gonna do you any good back home. And it just becomes depressing and meaningless, and there's no ladder to climb. I mean, I suppose you could manage a school, or you could be a manager for a locale of schools, like a almost like a branch manager, not a branch manager, but what do you call
Well,
it?
that's what I was doing, like a trainer. Like I was teaching at the same time as I was like going around other branches, training people on our system and stuff. But it's still like,
Oh my god, that broccoli's so salty. What the fuck was I doing?
you're still a foreigner. You're not like. But then
Yeah.
again, there's so many success stories. There's like Shane English, like
Yeah, sure, but I'm just talking about
the general person.
the regular person. I think it's easy to get depressed. So I think it's just like how I've dealt with it. It's just keep your life moving. We've got a super chat. Don't let don't let life get stagnant. Keep it going. Do something new.
Well, I think YouTube keeps it like
Yeah, very fresh.
gamified for us. Like it makes
Yeah.
it more like you're chasing something.
Or there's something chasing you. You know. How many people have we got?
124. We had it like 150 at one point.
Okay.
Olive Gigi, his first ever super chat,
Oh, thank you.
330 NT, but they didn't ask
I'm
a question. Ask a
honored.
question.
Oh, ask a question. I'm honored though. That
Yeah.
I'm your first super chat.
No, it's her first super chat to you, so she may have super chatted somebody else. I'll read out Eddie's because he put it in public. The answer to loneliness is sleeping with gorgeous women.
Jesus, all right. The potatoes are good, eh?
Moving swiftly on. Yeah, but it helps. Canada might be notoriously expensive, as you said, but is the trade-off really worth it for living in such small spaces? Do you think like you would be happier if your house was bigger?
I think if you it goes back to like having a family, like having a yard,
Oh yeah.
just like having a backyard for the kids to go play in or whatever is such a huge thing that people don't think about in the West. But no, I don't think living in a small space is such a big deal. I mean, obviously, it depends on how small. You know, you can live in some really tiny boxes. At least with this apartment, I have a kitchen and a separate bedroom for my living room.
Yeah.
So that's just me. I'm okay with that.
I think people who have never been to Asia can't believe how people live. Like, Skittle says, "What's your go-to dating app?"
It was Bumble for a time, but I've since stopped using it.
Yeah, mine is Instagram.
It's not a dating app.
Good for me.
So any of you single ladies on this chat, which is probably none, it's all a bunch of dudes, hit up Alan in the DMs. Next question.
Next question. How do you feel about President Tsai meeting Kevin McCarthy?
I don't really have an opinion on it, although I can understand both sides of the argument.
It's just political games, right?
Well, a lot of people think that it's, you know, disturbing a bee's nest, basically. As bringing too much
Focus.
negative attention to China, to Taiwan from China, and they don't want that. However, the other side of it thinks it's good because it's one of the few issues that the Democratic and Republican side of things can both agree on is unified support for Taiwan.
Yep.
So it is also putting eyes on Taiwan, which is I think is a good thing. But it's also, you know, you got to be really careful with that because there's only so much that China will, I think, take before.
Well, they started 3 days of military exercises yesterday or the day before, right? But again, people in Taiwan care more about taro.
10% discounts off it.
Oh, yeah, they 10% discounts at the supermarket or the electronics store. But do you think it's worth it? Do you think it's worth staring that hornet's nest just for Tsai to have a meeting with Kevin McCarthy? Like, what does she get out of it?
Publicity, you know, she knows that when she goes to meet him, Taiwan's going to be at the top of like the BBC News for a day or two.
Yeah.
And any time Taiwan can get its message out there is good. So, and you know, she builds a legacy of being a president with close ties to the U.S., which I think is a strong thing.
Yeah. Any places in Taiwan you haven't visited yet but dying to go to? Green Island, Jimin, maybe. You haven't been
All
to
of
any of
those.
the islands, right? You've been into Xiaoliuqiu.
I've been to Xiaoliuqiu. I'd really like to go see Green Island. The other islands, the ones that you went to that you really liked.
Oh, Lanyu.
Yeah.
Beautiful. It's beautiful.
And yeah, I've never been to Geelong, but I really want to go.
Geelong in Taipei. Oh, north of.
Close to Taipei, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been?
Yeah, but it's just like any other city. It's not like
is it?
not like it's not.
Although I really like Elan. That felt pretty unique.
Geelong is just like it's just a harbour where people get the boats to Japan.
Oh.
That's something I really want to do is take a cruise. We were talking to Betty and she's got like a 15-day cruise for like $700 US. And I was like, man, I would definitely love to do that. But like, I'd rather just someone sponsored me to do it.
Yeah, you can probably get a cruise ship. I wonder how popular they are since COVID came back, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Oh, because you had stories about it, right? Where there was like ships with COVID and they got stuck out at sea for like 6 weeks, like quarantine. Does anybody from Canada try to convince you to come home? Your dad, I guess. Was he trying to convince you to come home, or you just raised the topic?
No, I mean he's very much pro. You know, be your own man, do your own thing. He's just looking out for me and my future because he knows that a future in Taiwan isn't a future at all, really, unless you've got something planned. And so.
So how far away from retirement is your dad?
I think he's fairly close.
Yeah.
You know, my friends try to tell me to come back all the time. Everybody tries to tell me to come back.
My mum wants me to come back just because she's my mum and she misses me. But my dad is like,
Fuck off.
Don't do it, son. It's not worth it. Earn your money. Earn your money over in Taiwan. Britain's gone to shit. So it's everyone has their own opinion.
Well, since you left the EU, it's been a bit financially difficult for
normal everyday people. Yeah. I have absolutely smashed the shit out of that.
Was it good?
So good.
Well, I appreciate it.
Broccoli was a little bit salty, but nothing like crazy. Just
So I'm eating it with the mashed potatoes. And every time I eat a broccoli, I put it with the mashed potatoes.
Yeah. It flattens it out a bit. Here's the big question: are you a rice or noodles man?
I like both, but I think if you had a gun to my head, I think I'm a noodleman.
A noodleman.
Yeah, I love noodles. Lanzhou La Mian. Those restaurants in China were so fucking good.
Yeah. Best drinks in Taiwan?
As far as...
Just that's the question. Well, it depends. If you're talking like alcoholic, they have some really interesting craft breweries, like beers, like some flavoursome beers. But then, if you ask a Taiwanese person, 最好喝的饮料, they'll have their opinion of their favourite tea shop.
Yeah.
So like, they'll only go to Ushalan, or they'll only go to drink store or whatever their favourite. It's a little bit like we have our beer preferences, like, oh, you're not drinking Budweiser, or oh, how can you drink Carlsberg?
Bud Light or whatever.
But they're like, how can you drink this one? It's fake milk tea, or the milk tea is fake, and I'm like, I couldn't differentiate between like
No, I would have no
a
idea.
good tea and a bad tea.
No, me too.
Yeah.
I think, for me personally, I'm a big fan of Mugua Miu Nai, which is
papaya milk.
papaya milk. Is really good.
Oh, another super chat. A guy called Dion Chapman. Heard of him? You might have popped up once or twice in this chat. Have you ever considered doing videos in Thailand, Vietnam, Philippines, etc., etc.?
Well,
No. Okay. Next question.
no. I said, well,
Oh, okay.
Dion and I had a plan of riding motorcycles through Southeast Asia. I suppose I would do it if it was like profitable enough. Although I've been to Vietnam, well,
But
not
why
for
not
very
just
long.
do it? It doesn't have to be profitable. It just has to be like for fun. For most people, that would be a dream holiday vacation.
Yeah, but like,
I don't know, because it's not really a holiday vacation when you're working. On a video. I would consider it. I've heard a
Why
lot
does
of
it
really
have
good
to be
things about
work?
Vietnam.
Why can it not just be like?
Oh, is that what he said?
No, I'm asking you.
Let me
Like,
see.
why would it not? Oh, okay, yeah. So you're linking it back to his question. I get what you mean.
Yeah.
But you said about like him and you had the plan to do it. Why would you not just enjoy the couple of weeks riding through Southeast Asia?
Yeah, well, you know what that's like, right? Like, we went stand-up paddleboarding last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Midway through doing it, we were like, fuck,
Should have filmed some of this.
should have filmed this,
Yeah.
So there's that stress of like when you are filming it, you wish you could enjoy it, and when you enjoy it, you wish you were filming it.
Yeah.
Well, it's not an excuse. I think, I would do it if the opportunity arose.
We do have a possibility of going to the Philippines together later in the year.
I wonder if that'll ever come to fruition.
Yeah, there's one of our followers is a hotel designer and he's built a hotel in the Philippines. So he wants to invite us out to film it. When are we doing a giant YouTuber party? KTV at mine in Taipei. Eddie, live.
Oh shit, that would be fun.
Yeah, we'll get. Well, what time is it? We can be there by 10 o'clock. There used to be like when I first started YouTube and like just before I hit or around about the time I hit 100K. They used to do like parties and social events for all the YouTubers in Taiwan.
Right, yeah. Remember the yacht? That's when we went to Shaliocho.
Oh no, but that was our agency or organized that. I'm talking like YouTube.
Oh.
YouTube actually used to organize it.
Well, Lucas went to the YouTube something rather in Taipei.
Yeah, I think maybe they've just started it up again then because for like a couple of years there was nothing. Jill, 170 NT. Another first-time super chatter from Jill, who didn't ask a question. The point of a super chat, as well as making a donation, is to ask a question. So feel free to ask a question. We'll find it. Did Olive Gigi ask another question? Oh, Olive Gigi did comment afterwards. She said, "Zoom in, please."
Are we too far away?
I think she meant for the food.
Oh well, it's gone now.
Yeah. And some Ukrainian says, "Will you guys learn to use chopsticks?" We're not going to eat a fucking chicken Alfred. What is it? Chicken Wellington with chopsticks. Alan E. Guyman says, "Do you need stools? I can bring you some." Yeah, I think the point is, how often do you have people over at this apartment? Like never.
Never.
So like you're probably going to eat at your workstation or on the sofa or something. So it's not like you have like
Yeah.
an entertaining room.
This isn't where I normally eat. It's just we're filming a live stream with you, and so to be able to participate in this conversation, we film here
Yeah.
and eat here.
Zelot, XELLOT, is not shutting the fuck up about how small the place is. He's like obsessed with it.
Okay, fucking get over it. I get it. I live in a small apartment. What do you want? Everybody else
This
does.
place is actually probably as the single guys I know, easily the biggest place. Easily. You've got a kitchen, a separate bedroom, a living area, like a study space, I guess what you could say that is over there.
Yeah.
So yeah, welcome to Taiwan. Enough is a feast. Hey, who has more stones now, you or Wes?
Stones. Oh, like weight.
Wait, I think I'm probably the biggest out of all of us. Okay, Dion says he doesn't have the strength to ride a motorbike anymore, but that's we never know what can happen.
Yeah.
And yeah, Jill's the last one. I think that's it. I think we went through all the questions in the other one.
All the questions that I sent you were done.
I think so. Well, some of them were like Andre saying, "Why are you so gay?" How is gay life? Meaning of life, most relaxing anywhere. Oh, when can we expect to see the next classic Alan and Prozzy vlog out exploring the city?
That'd be a good idea. I thought about sort of copying abroad in Japan, walked across Tokyo, and I thought.
I'm doing it. I'm doing
Oh, never. Fuck me. Then.
I'm doing walking a marathon in
Lambaitoa.
Yeah.
That'll be funny. But I think it'd be a different video for us to just sort of walk around and.
Oh yeah, mine will be very much like a sort of sponsored style, promoting my flip flops. I'm going to be bringing out.
Get ready for more content with me and you. I think when I go full time when we have time.
Yeah, definitely. We could even like open up the Alan Prozzy channel to non-podcast stuff and just do like non-subtitled.
Yeah, that's the
vlogs.
one thing. I'd love to make content that's not subtitles. It's the worst.
Yep, we're all done. Love you. Best time of the year to visit. Any place in Taiwan I haven't gone to. Yep, we're good.
All right.
All done.
Sweet.
Any more final questions? Feel free to super chat or get them in the chat down below.
Yeah.
Because our food is done. Our Easter Sunday meal has been devoured.
Yeah, I totally forgot it was Easter. It was kind of an Easter meal, I suppose.
We did Easter egg hunting this morning with William.
Did you really?
Well, Amor did,
Yeah.
and I'm on the phone,
Yeah.
and William is wearing his Easter bunny ears and super excited that the Easter bunny has been to visit.
Yeah.
Is the Easter bunny a boy or a girl? We had this debate.
It's a boy. It's always depicted as a boy, isn't it?
What? I thought it was a woman.
Actually, yeah, now that I think about it, it might be.
Comment down below, is the Easter bunny a boy, a girl, or, as Amor said at the time, gender fluid? That was her joke, which she's quite aware. Anyway, what imported foods from your home country do you still buy regardless of its high local price because you love it so much?
There's not really a whole lot that you can buy. Steak. It's not imported. Well, I suppose it is. But Costco makes good steak, and sometimes I crave just like a quality ribeye. You know, so even though 3 ribeye steaks might be $1,300, I'll still buy them.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just really want to.
But then do you freeze them?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
How about you?
I'm trying to think.
I think sometimes we'll go to Britannia and have a nice.
Yeah, that's
English
like a
meal.
bangers and mash or something like that. But again, that's like using sausages that are made here. No, like the thing that I really love, and this is going to sound so simple, is a Kit Kat Chunky.
Oh yeah.
I put a Kit Kat Chunky in the freezer, and then like give it an hour, and then bite the chocolate off. It's like one of the most simple pleasures you can give yourself.
Yeah.
Other than the obvious, of course.
The sponsor of today's video, Emma Mattress.
How did you two meet? Talking of meat, how did you two meet? Was it love at first sight? We talked about this with Greg and Kat last night, or on Friday, or on Thursday, whenever it was.
Yeah.
That you were just in the process of breaking up with she who shall not be named.
So
And me and you had met up, but you obviously didn't want to like. You weren't like we'd only met the first time, so you didn't say like, hey, come and meet these 2 followers that don't know you. So we'd already met at that point, and we had a beers in a sausage shop, in a German sausage shop.
Is that where we met?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Meiser, I think it was called.
It's now an Italian place.
It's no Italian pizza pasta place. But yeah, and then we filmed the video together. It did very well. So
YouTubers meet each other often, usually for clout or for collaborations.
yeah, well, it's one of the best ways to grow is to
Collaborate.
leech
Mhm.
off people's audiences.
According to Rise of the Guardians, what's Rise of the Guardians? Easter Bunny is a Giga Chad. I thought that was going to be an answer. Serious question, this, by the way.
Okay.
Bear in mind that this is a serious question. Do you guys enjoy the smell of your own farts?
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't? Yeah. And his name is the Chimp Experience. He spells experience with an A. So anyway, Prosy, what is your fucking hell? We're getting into the weeds here. What is your favorite soup?
I don't often drink soup, eat soup. I like broccoli soup.
Oh, okay. Mine is the chicken and sweet corn soup from Chinese takeaways in England.
I don't think I've ever
It's
had
like
that.
gelatinous. Like they put some like weird thickener in it that makes it like really like a bit like snot. Like
the fuck?
but you pull a spoon and it like pulls the whole bowl out like on the one spoon. I love it.
Or tomato soup. I like a bit of tomato soup with some grilled cheese.
Yeah. We exchange sausages. He's a salad boy. Okay, I think we're done.
Yeah.
It's like they say every chat on the internet when it gets to
Saucy.
no when every online argument will devolve into Nazism and
Oh right, yeah. Eventually.
so it's the same when it gets down to sausages touching or sausages meeting, then that's the end of the stream.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope I answered your questions adequately. Next week I'll have a video talking about Taiwanese friendliness and repaying that level of friendliness and just showing appreciation, I think.
Why Taiwanese people's friendliness must be repaid by foreigners.
Bang, done.
Title done.
I have to remember to watch this part of the live stream so that I'll remember what the title is. So that'll be released next weekend. And yeah, if you guys have any content you guys want to watch, send me a message. Thank you so much for everyone who super chatted.
Yep.
Thank you, everyone.
Special shout out to Dion. Dion super chatted 3 times. Really much appreciated.
Yep.
One of our actual, I think we can call him a friend.
But definitely, yeah,
Yep.
he's a buddy.
Yep.
Thanks everyone who participated in the chat. Thank you if you just watched. Thank you for people sending the questions in the live stream and or on Instagram, I mean. And yeah, I appreciate you guys more than you know. Wouldn't be here without you.
Marty T is apologising, thinking that he ruined the chat for the sausage comment. That was just an excuse. Don't worry. Don't blame
Yeah,
yourself.
you're the scapegoat.
Okay, I'm going to turn it off. Before we go, what's your favourite type of nuts?
Cashews.